Hello and welcome to Random Fandom Chats. I'm Dee Dee.
I'm Tandra.
And this is Annabeth. Here we talk about anything and anything geeky, science fiction, fantasy related, from TV shows, movies, books, comics,
games,
pretty much anything. Today's topic is going to be about the animated TV show Futurama. Now, I'm honestly not really sure what to say about this show because it's kind of hard to define, rather than just comedic. It's kind of a weak, Well,
let's talk about just the general plot first, just to kind of introduce them to it in case they have not seen it. This came out in the late 90s and ran for like 7 seasons.
Yeah. So basic premise of this show is it starts out in the 20th century, and this pizza delivery guy is making a delivery to this cryogenics lab on New Year's night, and he accidentally gets cryogenically frozen.
And ends up in the year like 3000 and something.
Yeah, the 31st century, I think is what they said. And so he wakes up, centuries later in this weird futuristic world that, is still Earth, but he's like, what? I don't get it. And he's able to track down a descendant of his who is like this really old professor.
Kind of Alzheimer's.
Very quirky type.
Yeah, very odd.
And so he's just trying to kind of find his place in this new odd world. And there's other characters, like there's a robot named Bender who... He's actually quite different than a lot of robotic or android characters we see in science fiction, even in comedy. Like, someone made a good point of, like, in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you have a comedic robot, Marvin.
He's very depressed and,
But he's not even like that. Bender is very psychotic.
Very psychotic, and he's sarcastic, and he's sometimes even kind of evil.
It's like, why are you even friends with this robot?
Yeah, it's really odd. It is an animated show, so it has a lot of animated type stuff. It's almost in the same vein as The Simpsons and South Park.
I think it was produced by some of the same people who did Simpsons.
Maybe. Well, Matt Groening was the original creator and executive producer, and then there was the Coens that were involved in it and some other people. So it has that kind of humor. It's just set out into the future, so that's what makes it science fiction-y. And
of course they have like a lot of, comedic play on, old corny science fiction, or even good science fiction like Star Trek and Star Wars and things like that.
They have these heads in a jar that talk and
of dead people, like celebrities and presidents and stuff.
Right, and they do lots of jokes. I think Britney Spears is one of them, if I remember right.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah, just different people. So that talk and you do different things. They have suicide booths, which I found intriguing.
I'm surprised they even let that on TV, to be honest.
It's funny how animated shows tend to get away with things that other shows don't get away with.
Yeah, like South Park. Oh my gosh,
some of the stuff they would get away with. So yeah, suicide booths. People just would line up to go to the suicide booth and put in money like a phone booth, and there you go.
Yeah. Actually, in the very first episode, when he's still stumbling around trying to figure out what's going on, he actually stumbles into that thinking it's a telephone booth.
He's like, oh wait.
He's like, no, I don't want to die.
And it can be kind of funny, him trying to deal with what things are like in the future and stuff. And of course, he runs across a girl who is a Cyclops, and she's kind of a very dry character. She's very really Fry kind of thing,
and she's very tough and does martial arts and stuff like that.
And she kind of helps him get through things, and they go on their little merry adventures or whatever.
Merry.
Isn't he one of the main things, him trying to get back to his time? Wasn't that something he was trying to do?
Sometimes he tries to find, like, sometimes the plot of a particular episode is him, thinking, this could be a way for me to travel back in time and whatnot.
So, the main plots deal with, the comedic aspects of him trying to deal with the future and the different things that are in the future, and they come up with some pretty goofy things. I'm not sure how much social commentary was actually involved in it.
Not really. The show is definitely just made just for comedic purposes.
You really think so?
I think so. Not to say that that's bad by any means. But
No, but well, because you know, South Park likes to deal sometimes with social issues and things that are going on at the time. So I didn't remember off the top of my head whether or not Futurama really dealt with any of that kind of stuff very much.
Not really. It's been a long time since I watched the show, but from what I remember, it didn't really deal with a lot of that. Like, it probably inadvertently in a lot of ways dealt with some of that, but on a general basis, probably not.
Well, it definitely, it had flying, vehicles, people, fighting and, typical human interactions and things.
Yeah, like one thing is that, usually when you have, future settings, it's this utopian, better place, but really it's just still everyday society, just futurized, basically. Which is kind of interesting.
Dolphin, the other white meat, tuna safe, 1 hour Martianizing. Yeah. 1 hour Martianizing, mass hypnosis hour, all tentacle.
I don't even want to know what that is.
Girls, and aliens. So trying to make
girls.
Yeah, girls, and girls. It's girls, and aliens. Right lane must turn up. So the typical comedic stuff. One of the main drinks here is Slurm, which sounds really gross
so
to
bad.
drink. Yeah. Oh, there's a suicide booth for 25 cents.
You know that inflation would not let that be 25 cents.
Well, they probably devalued the dollar or something. Streakless, robot wash, streakless, because you gotta clean your robots nice and clean. So, it's got that kind of comedy in it. So, if you enjoy watching just something just to sit and kind of be mindless and laugh at, this is definitely a good show for that. I
did like some of the characters, definitely.
Some of the characters were kind of cute, and some of the interactions were cute. And the robot, Bender was just...
There's one character who you can definitely tell is making fun of Kirk from the original Star Trek show. Because he's, very boasting and very, even the way he talks is kind of like how people like to make fun of Shatner's way.
Fun of, if you like science fiction, make fun of some of your favorite stuff, which can be cool.
They harp a lot comedically on that kind of stuff. And
yeah, so it's definitely one that might be worth turning into if you haven't actually seen it. And if you have actually seen it and it's been a while, it might be worth repicking.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I think that a lot of people who did like it are definitely the type that think it's, worth rewatching.
Sure, I'm thinking so. It's been a while since I've really sat down and watched them. Once again, it's animated, so I don't tend to watch that stuff as much. But I do remember watching quite a bit of it and enjoying them well enough at the time.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's more kind of just like a watch once type of funny. But that's just that's my personal.
Right. Some people would probably enjoy rewatching it a lot, like over and over.
And there's definitely some specific episodes that I can't, I don't really remember them off the top of my head, but probably some very,
some that would, stand out and be good. So,
yeah.
It's one of them shows. So, what else we got going on? What do you think? What are we going to do for next time? Alrighty, well, that's probably good for
this. Yeah, that's about all we really have to say about Futurama.
So, what are we going to do next time? Alright, Annabeth, which one you want to do next time? Which one are you going to do? Okay.
Yeah.
That was kind of a quick little jump, wasn't it?
Ooh, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, that could be fun.
Oh yeah, we definitely have a lot to say about that book. Alright, guys.
Well, if you like us, please hit the like button.
Subscribe, and feel free to leave some suggestions in the comments below.
And tell all your friends.